You want to talk about your adventures with Jay?
Yeah, why not? Nothing secret.
Yeah, sure. Let's run it back then. As someone who has transitioned from being heavily involved, going head to head with SMF, to someone who's very experienced in starting gyms in Singapore regionally, and I know that you're involved with Vietnam as well, with Tuk, right? Yeah. So how has your experience been from day one, and how has it grown to what it is today? Like, what have you learned along the way?
Okay. So back in 2011, right, it's very basic economics, demand supply. If you look at Climb Asia back then at Tessenson Road, which is now ground up climbing, it's just bursting at the seams. You just need one more gym. So 2011, when I started, it was very naive. It's just you build and they will come, and of course it worked out well. And by the time I exit in 2017, I was already planning for Boulder World. So when I left, I was really not involved, and Boulder World was started by someone else. Back in 2017, the goal for Boulder World is to transition from hardcore, dirt bag, dusty climbing scene to something more gentrified. No more. I won't use the word classy, but something that the yoga goers will enjoy. A clean space, nice relaxing music, and more accessible in terms of the difficulty. Back in 2017, on-site is pretty hardcore, and if you look around, bouldering especially, you don't see beginners. The only beginners you see are on the top rope and some transition to the lead. So 2017 Boulder World was supposed to go in that direction, but after I left, it seems to have gone a more hardcore route. So after I exited on-site, 2018 started Fit Block with Leong Hei and Jeremy, and that was when I could fulfill what I felt was a niche. I won't even say a niche, it's a gap in the market, which actually Jay Koh from Boulder Movement started before me, but I couldn't start because partly of non-compete clause after I left on-site. Anyway, 2018 Fit Block was the encapsulation of what I foresee the trend of gyms going, and 2019 May, bump bouldering in Malaysia is the furtherance of that effort. And now, 2021, Boulder Planet, I would say that without being proud, I would think that coming out with a nice climbing gym with good routes, nice environment, is not a difficult thing for anyone anymore. And what I hope for Boulder Planet is to take a more business responsible stance. And Boulder Planet is a lot about our responsibility as businesses to the environment. So we have an environmental pact that we make, like no use of, we won't use single-use plastic. We will discourage our customers from using bottled water. And we intend to have workshops or activities in the gym that to encourage recycling, to encourage sustainability. And I believe that that is what is very needed in the new gyms, in the new businesses. So I'm also hoping that this can carry on towards other sports businesses, fitness businesses like gyms, yoga, spinning classes. I think there is an opportunity for businesses to actually play a part. Even though we are SMEs, we're not like very big businesses, I think we can all play a part. And that is at where I am now with Boulder Planet. And I think I want to make money. everyone wants to make money, but there has to be something more than just making money.
And is there a balance between, or like, is there an offset, like between having all these environmental initiatives and earning less? Like, does it come at a price? What do you think?
I would think no. There's still a lot for me to learn in this about how I can contribute to the environment. And if you ask, what I do know when you ask around is that being green is not cheap. And it's not cheap for the businesses, it's not cheap for customers. And when you say whether there is an offset, I would say no. I think people in Singapore, I wouldn't say ironic, but thankfully they can afford it and they can afford to play their part for the environment.
Okay. So, let's go back in time a little bit. So in 2011, you graduated in 2002.
Yeah.
And then you spent the like, what was the gap between on-site and your graduation?
Oh, because I'm a philosophy graduate. No one wants to hire a philosophy graduate.
Okay.
Okay, but seriously, I have no interest in an office job. Sus, my wife, has no interest in an office job. And back then, she's very talented. She's the first woman to climb AA plus in Singapore. Still the only woman to finish Asia Shadow Play in Krabi. So I believe. Okay, we just don't work. Okay, we will have our time to work, and right now I'm paying for it. So despite what I say about not sitting in an office, doing all this gym is not just running around getting things done. It's a lot of sitting behind the computer, business plans, projections, finding investors. So when we were younger, I guess that was when it just makes more sense to be going for it. I'm not, talented in climbing, so I didn't go very far. But as the husband and partner of Sus, that was my goal and her goal, to be the best that she can be. And that culminated in 2006 in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, where she was either third or fifth going into the finals for lead, and in the finals she turned out 8th. But that was when we decided to try our best. We've spent 4 years just going to train at the NUS climbing gym, just train, get ourselves so tired, we go back, we'll just rest. We make money from doing courses here and there. But it was very tiring on the mind, on the pockets, on everything. And 2006, we decided, we are done.
So in 2006, you closed that chapter in your life where the priority was climbing performance, and for you, more specifically, supporting your partner, right? And then, so from 2006 to 2011, it's quite a long period of time. It's like 5 years. So during this period of time, we went through it just now. You kind of started SCA, things like that, and so from being someone who pursued climbing with all their heart to someone who, let's start the gym. How was the financial difficulties? You have to find resources and things like that. How did it all come together? Because I don't think you had nearly enough to start a business on your own at that point of time, right? Yeah. So I'm sure Climb Asia helped a lot. And then how do you manage to make everything happen in such a short period of time?
Okay. So I got lucky, but in the same strand, I would like to say that I created my own luck. And from 2009 to 2011, when I did the bouldering league, I was coming out with my own money. I was spending money, and at this point I want to thank Obscura Photography, Tan Wen Hao, and chill, because I was paying them $50 for their photography services, $150, but they willingly, and they wanted to support the event. And I knew that we need collaterals. If we want to go to sponsors, we want money from them to support the league, the events, the handholds and everything. We need collaterals to go to those sponsors to see that, hey, climbing can be very exciting. You can have your brand out there. So that was all that effort from 2009 to 2011, doing the league, getting more people climbing, engaging more people. It started at 2009, right? Boulder Active had maybe 350 people. With the flash format, with the league in 2011, I believe we were already up to 600-700 per competition. So when I say I created my own luck, right, is that the people from Climb Asia, and at this point I need to mention Jinping and Halil, they saw that what I'm trying to do is to increase the climbing population, not because I want to increase the population, but because I'm building the community and more people are climbing. And in a certain way, that was what led to Climb Asia to be bursting at the seams, that they are okay to support me in on-site. So 2011, starting a climbing gym, right? Together, the starting capital that we put in is 24.5K from me, 24.5K from Andy, 51K from Climb Asia, and the rest of the expenditure, about 250,000, they put up to loan on-site, to build a wall, to buy handholds and all that. So starting a climbing gym, the scale of on-site back then, 350,000 is sufficient. But if you're talking about now, you want to get into the scene, rent has gone up, cost of construction has gone up, handholds has gone up. If you want to build something 5,000 square feet minimum, you need $500,000 to be.
Can we have a gauge of what 5,000 square feet is? 5,000
square feet, Boulder Plus is 5,000 square feet.
Boulder Plus, 5,000, okay. So, what do I want to say? Oh yeah, you want to talk about your adventures with Jay?
Yeah, why not? Nothing secret.
Yeah, sure. Let's run it back then.
Okay, so 2010 or straddling 2011 I was part of the founding team of Kinetics. It's Jay, KK, Alvin Chai, and me. So we were looking at sites, and one of the sites we looked at is on-site climbing gym, Gulumat. And then somewhere down the road, they decided that I was not a good match because I was busy with Greater Heights and I was busy doing the league. So they decided Felicia was a better partner, and then I was out of Kinetics.
Wait, can you pause there for a bit? For those of them that don't know, could you explain briefly what Greater Heights is?
Oh, Greater Heights is something that back after traveling and coming back to Singapore in 2008, right? I thought there would be a market for traveling and climbing, guided travel climb. I wanted to do trips to Krabi and Yangshuo, but it didn't really take off. So Greater Heights is more of a, what we call it, residual company that now I use to do random things.
So, but I also understand that Greater Heights, if I'm not wrong, it was used to loan your setting services and things like that as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it went from a traveling agency-ish to a route setting for competition, like utility, and then so anyway, back to the story, right? So Greater Heights, and then what were you saying?
Oh, so the team at Kinetics decided that I'm too busy doing my own things to be properly involved in Kinetics, so they decided to partner with Felicia instead, so the four of them. So I was left wandering in the wild, having a lot of time on my hands. Then I met Andy Tan, and then we decided to approach Climb Asia, and then Kinetics decided to take the site at Orion Building at MacPherson. So on-site is available, and then we just went to on-site. So I mean, you started the question like saying there's a feud between me and Jay per se. I would say that
just adventures, not a feud.
I used the word adventure. I would say that it is what it is, but perhaps the fact, and it's a fact that on-site did better than kinetics, is not doesn't go well with some people.